Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is Akon here. We're going to break down NFL halftime ritual of 2015, Katy Perry's banishing / subversion of the sacred masculine. And we're going to understand that by the end of this video. You guys are going to understand this. In the very beginning, we've got a portal, and it's a fiery portal, which we'll understand why that is, and that she goes through with the lion. The sacred masculine and the sacred feminine is what you want to achieve in life as an individual, to achieve enlightenment. You want a balance of those two principles in the two hemispheres of the brain. So we see the left is the masculine, and I've got it red, and that's not just me doing that. That's also associated with the sun and its travel from the spring equinox to the autumn equinox. So in that travel, that's the sun's path of its highest amounts of energy being given off, and then it goes down below the equinoxes and travels on into the Tropic of Capricorn, and that area is noted as the feminine hemisphere. And these are also in our minds, so as above, so below. So what we see in the celestials is going on in our own world, in our own life, in our own bodies. So the left brain is mainly responsible for analytical thought, language, logic, science, and math. The right brain is primarily associated with holistic thought, intuition, creativity, art, and music. And they're colored appropriately. The blue would be the feminine, and the red's going to be the masculine. And notice how this is like Pepsi. See, when you turn a can of Pepsi upside down and you drink it, you're smashing the red and you're turning up the feminine. So the other colors associated with this would be white and black, and we'll see that later on with the other symbols that we're going to see in the video. I will show the video, so we're going to see some of this. We're going to keep playing it. We're going to play the whole thing and get through the whole thing, because you got to understand where they're going with this. Alright, let's get on to what else she's doing. Now, we know Katy Perry, I believe she's openly a witch. I don't do a whole lot of research on that. I mean, I'm not a witch myself at all. I don't do this witchcraft. I just have looked into this a little bit, and I understand very little of this, but I know that it's there. You know, she recently took some trip to Salem with her family members. She's involved, and I believe she totally does understand what this is all about, but that's not to say that it stops there. Obviously, the whole Super Bowl was catered around hyperfeminism and the subversion of the sacred masculine. And look at all the commercials that were there. There's many different commercials that were seemingly attacking men and the sacred masculine. So the 5 elements here, the spirit, air, water, earth, and fire, this is a positive way of looking at the pentagram. This is the way the spirit is supposed to be positioned. But we see with the dark occult and Satanism that the spirit will be crushed, and that it will be ruled or dominated by matter. So this will be matter over mind, as opposed to mind over matter. Mind over matter would be your enlightenment. An individual who is enlightened, who has self-control and a balance with the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine in that individual's mind. And they carry out those principles throughout their life. That's an enlightened person. Someone who has a crushed spirit is ruled by these elements. The matter rules them. They don't rule it. That's what we see here, and we see that Missy Elliott quotes, "I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it." So this is what she's done. You'll see why it's in this position. You know, you might say, well, air's not supposed to be over fire. And she put her thing down, she flipped it, and then she reversed it. She reversed the positions here. But we'll understand, I'm not saying Missy Elliott did that, but this ritual did that. And we're going to see exactly why. So, from what I understand in witchcraft, you can banish things, you can invoke things, but when you banish something, you're going to go counterclockwise, like this. When you invoke something, you're going to go clockwise, like this. And a lot of times I've seen some videos of which was going like, twice. If you were trying to invoke fire, like you would start at fire with your little dagger and wave it around the pentagram twice, once or twice. It depends on what you're following, whatever. Like I said, I'm not a witch. I don't believe in this. But I do believe there are people that do this. That is what we're dealing with. If they're trying to invoke it, they'll go to themselves. They'll go from here, they'll go to fire, and then go down, boom, 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 and do that. And if they're trying to banish, you go counterclockwise, and you'd go away. So you kind of get the gist here, but we're going to focus on, it's really simple. They're not going to be doing all of that. They're just going to be doing the counterclockwise rotation about the inverted pentagram, which is dark occult. It is a ritual, what we are going to witness. All right, so you see here the Vitruvian man in the position that this symbol is supposed to be held, that the star is upright, it's never inverted, and that this person, this individual, has intellectual enlightenment and a true balance of the sacred principles. Mind over matter here, see? And then obviously, if we put our thing down, flip it, and reverse it, we're gonna have a crushing of the spirit, and that is satanic. We're trying to get a good understanding of what we're about to witness, and I'll go over it. But see how I overlaid this onto the pentagram? We're going to focus on Leo, because we see her riding in on a lion. This is where the pentagram point is. We're also going to focus on Taurus, Earth. That's when you bring your Taurus out. You want to till the earth. That's the time to till the earth. This is universal religion right here. This is what every human being on earth should be using as a basis for science and understanding of what has been sold to us as religion, and not meant to be taken literal. We're not meant to be out there cutting each other's heads off and cutting each other's arms off and plucking each other's eyes out and all that garbage. That is nothing but Satanism and a divide and conquer strategy. And if you don't believe me, read Albert Pike. And I haven't read all this stuff, but I do understand that the world wars have been predicted by that man. He's dead, obviously, but they put up a great statue. He's just such a great person. He's in Washington, D.C., and he was pro-slavery and one of the founders of the Klan. So what a great person that is. And they're going to a T by this 33rd degree Mason and his agenda, or his proposed complete domination of all religions in the world. So we see how this is the way the sine wave goes. This is the way the sun goes. It starts in Aries, Ra, Ram. That's Ra. That's the sun god Ra. That's where we get this from. Ra. Israel is Isis, Ra, and El. There's El. There's Ra. Ra will be up here in the northern hemisphere here, between the spring and the autumn equinoxes here. And we have, this is the masculine principle here. Everything up here is masculine. Down here, we have the sacred feminine. But we're just flipping this over. That's all. You can look at it in a sine wave, or you can look at it as a stone, which is called a philosopher's stone, or in this case, the sorcerer's stone, because this person is inflicting chaos into manifestation in order to dominate and control. So understand that. We're just flipping this over, and I'll show another slide here, but this is the path of the sun. This is what it does. This is what it's done before you've been here, and this is what it's going to do when you're gone. Unless we get hit by some asteroid or whatever happens, and whatever. But this is what we're going to be focusing on here, and you'll see the wheel here. This is taken from Santos, Bonnaci, who did not coin the term syncretism, but that's what the encapsulation of all these religions are based on. That's what that is. It is the combining or syncing of all the religions. Everything is here. 12 disciples around the sun. Every religion involves the 7 visible planets to the naked eye, and that's why 7 is so popular, 7 days of the week. And then also we're going to see 12, and we're going to see the number 13 go on with this ritual, so pay attention to that. We got 12 signs around the sun. And notice, remember I told you it was a white and black, and then it's also associated with red and blue. There are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. These are the 4 seasons. This is everything right here. And this is associated with the human brain starting in Ra, Ram, Cerebram, Sarah, Abram, starting here. That's why you worship, why you sacrifice the ram in the thicket as opposed to sacrificing your son, Isaac. We also have Taurus here. Remember the 10 Commandments and the golden calf. They're saying, well, why are you doing that? We're in the age of the ram now. So they were doing this, and then it was this. So you can see this if you want to do further research. But just understand this is what's going on. I'm going to overlay this so we can see. So we'll see Katy Perry coming in on a masculine lion, it's a male lion, going through the fiery portal between the Tropic of Cancer, Gemini and Cancer, and she's going to go on over to Taurus, right where the other point on the pentagram is. So here I kind of marked the inverted pentagram within the zodiacal wheel here, and I've just basically did this white here to understand that these are going to be symbolic of the beach balls. These are the colors you see. Now here it's going to be blue. It's not going to be black, but you will see black. I'm going to show you that too. But this is where we're going to start, and we got, Missy saying, I put my thing down, flip it in, reverse it. We already heard that. And then, so you want to play with magic. Well, what do you think this is? This is black magic that we're playing with right here. So she says that in her Dark Horse song. So here we go.
If 64 million Twitter followers all tweet to her at the same time, does the Earth stop spinning?
That's a good question. We'll put it out to our Twitter followers at C4NFL. If you're not on time, Mike, let's get over to Katy Perry.
See that red? See the sun? Sacred masculine? Yeah, we're ready to see your ritual. Go ahead. And, real quick, look at the lion. That lion is masculine. It is a male lion. And it's polygonal, which means it's just a bunch of squares put together, right? Well, that's a subversion. Freemasons, they start out on the base, in base consciousness, and they're on the square. That's what they refer to that as. When you first are initiated, you're on the square. You know nothing. You don't know up from down, left and right. All you know is white and black, and that's all you know. You don't understand the in-between. Then you're going to try to climb up the ladder 33 degrees and reach intellectual enlightenment and the key to the Stargate. So, this is what we're witnessing here. That is a mockery of the male principle here. And that's a male lion, and she's dominating. Now, she's not the sacred feminine. She is the perverted feminine, or lust. She's the exact opposite of the sacred feminine principle, and a woman who obviously has her morals about her. This is the opposite of that woman. This is the perverted woman. She wants you to worship her. Everybody needs to worship that. That's what we need to do. We need to uplift that. That needs to dominate all men. We don't need to have any masculinity unless it's hyper masculinity, which is a far left brain principle. We need to have dominated males by this right here. Notice she's got fire, so we're in fire. We're at Leo right now. So we see how Leo has now walked through the fiery portal of the Tropic of Cancer. So we're now at Earth. And something down to Earth or in base consciousness, that's the chessboard that we keep seeing. Like we've seen Missy Elliott dance on that in her videos, and we're seeing it now. They're about to dance on it now. Also take notice, remember I said about the polygonal and how that's subversive? All of the chess pieces that are dancing are like that. They're all squarish. You know, that's basically what that means. So we're right here now, and this is Taurus. So we just came from Leo. the lion, and now we are going on into Taurus the bull. It starts out with fire, earth, air, water. Fire, earth, air, water. Fire, earth, air, water. That is the position of the true zodiac. That is the way it goes. And that's the clock as well. You start out 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., 12 and 12. This is the clock. This is the calendar. This is science. This is not something that somebody just made up and they're just in their little closet just making this stuff up and they think they're witches. No. They truly believe this stuff and they are performing it right in your face. And that's why a lot of this stuff they just do right in your face, because they're just trying to just basically show the power that they have over the individual. Once the individuals start waking up, once we the people start waking up to this garbage and we stand up and we say enough's enough, then they're done. And they know it. And they're coming after our guns. They're trying to make us take forced inoculations that contain all kind of adjuvants in them that have been known to kill more than heal and even cause the actual virus to be manifested in the individual. And it's even banned. Like in India, they had like, I think it was 40,000 cases. You know, of course, the lovely Bill and Melinda Gates had a lot to do with that, with their fund and WHO going over there and trying to inject everybody. And those people are scared. They're scared to death of a needle. And it's banned in India, but in Africa also, you know, they run when those people come around. But here in America, they're trying now to actually make it a mandate. So we're at a critical juncture right now, and I think it's very pertinent that we understand this as individuals, that we're all the same. We have the ability to be enlightened within us. We have the ability to heal ourselves with natural methods, and we are empowered. These people don't want you to know that. They want to keep slamming estrogen mimickers in there and causing hyperfemininity. You know, all the makeup. Last time, you know, even in notice her song about I kissed a girl and the taste of her cherry chapstick. Well, the taste of her cherry chapstick is going to cause her to be hyper feminine, and anybody else who does it, look that up. That's got, you know, estrogen mimickers in that. The BPA is in a lot of stuff, makeup and stuff. So check out, you females out there that are watching this. Be careful about what you're putting on your body, the stuff you're breathing in, hairspray. I mean, just all that stuff. Be careful. I mean, there's alternative things, answers to everything that is going on that these people do not want you to know. So let's keep going. So now she's going to Taurus the bull. Or earth. Also notice that these characters, they are androgynous. Every character, just about every dancer is androgynous except for the female dancers. Now, there's female dancers in here, but in this instance right here, this subversion principle of just you're on the square and base consciousness, and the perversion of the sacred masculine and subversion. Basically, look at all these squares. You can't tell if they're male or female right here. The only female you can tell is her. She's representing the sun. Look at her. She's the sun. She's going about all of these locations, but she's going backwards. We're, you know, put the thing down, twist it, and reverse it. That's what we're doing right now. So I'll shut up. So you want to play with magic? Notice the portal right there at the summer equinox. That's where we're going. So we got the white and black, and we're going down into black from white. You saw that. You'll see it again. Counterclockwise.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right, now this right here, he has had a character recently that I would say 90 to 100% of those who watch the Super Bowl have seen him play, and that was in the Hunger Games. And he got his inspiration for this character from one of his gay dancer friends. And notice how he's going to be singing that he kissed a girl and he liked it and he hopes his boyfriend doesn't mind it. So he's wearing tight jeans. If men wear tight jeans all the time, that will basically lower their sperm count. This guy is not representing true masculinity right here. This guy has been made to sing a song that basically involves homosexuality with a female. So this is more hyper-femininity. Also note that Lenny Kravitz is not black and he's not white. He's in between, and that's the portal that we are at right now. We are just about to dip into the black portion from the white portion. Her shoes, she's like the moon goddess. Like her shoes she's wearing, they're diamonds. In The Wizard of Oz, there's a lot of symbolism in that, and Mark Passio goes over that. It's not a really high quality video, but it's an excellent video involving the information there. But Dorothy was supposed to wear silver slippers instead of ruby slippers, but they wanted to use ruby because that was going to put out contrast with the yellow brick road and just going to be more sensational. But gold would be the northern hemisphere there, where the sun goes from the spring to autumn equinox, and that's where we're still at. We're at the spring equinox right now, coming from Taurus. So notice that she's wearing her highly reflective shoes that are symbolic of the moon, and she's got the moon on her feet and fire as a costume up above. Notice the fire from Aries. Alright, see this water? We just went from fire to earth, and now we're going to water. And you see water. So here we are. Pisces, and notice the two fish. There's going to be two sharks, and we know that. You've seen this before. A lot of you, have watched this before. And you're going to see the portals. Now, the beach balls are the portals. And notice their colors on their faces. They're all these colors. You got the white, the yellow, the red, and the blue. And they represent these portals. These are the four portals right here. These are the junctures that the sun will enter into and will be in a mutable state, which is going to change. You got cardinal, fixed, mutable, cardinal, fixed, mutable, cardinal, fixed, mutable, cardinal, fixed, mutable. Goes around exactly like that. That's what the portals represent. So you'll see 4 beach balls, and you're going to see 8 palm trees. And those 8 are the other houses of the zodiac. You've got Pisces with the 2 fish at the spring equinox going up to the summer solstice or the Tropic of Cancer, over to the autumn equinox, down to the Tropic of Capricorn or the winter solstice. All right, right there, February. Let's not forget that. That's what's going on in Pisces is February. You've got February, I think the 20th to March the 21st, which is in Aries. So March the 21st is right here. And, okay, so right now she just said, you'll be my Valentine every February. So we're in Pisces. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. This is what she's doing. So we know exactly. This is not something, I mean, it doesn't just fall like in place like this for no reason. You know, I didn't just make this up, okay? So just know that this stuff is not coincidence. What are the chances of this being like this? What, a 1 in a billion? I mean, a trillion or something, that she's just going to do this? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we know that she's doing this. So here we go. There's your 2 fish. There's your 4 portals. 8 palm trees. And notice the 2 surfboards. They're going to be, those are the 2 hemispheres. See, she split the, notice what they look like. See that surfboard there? It's got blue on blue, right? She split that down the center. Blue on blue. But look at the other surfboard. Alright, there's the other surfboard. Instead of having like some yellow on yellow or whatever, or red on yellow, she's got the pink. Basically, the subversion of the sacred masculine right there. But later on stage, you'll see a total of 13. She's being the 13th one. She's the sun. She's moving about all this stuff, about the zodiac. And these are all the characters, all the followers of the sun. There's obvious symbolism here. But notice how, I mean, I didn't go over every single song, but if you want to go back, there are 9 songs that are in here. 3 performers. So the 9 to the 3. There's 3 over 9, basically. 3 performers performing 9 songs. That is symbolic. 777 is 21. 2 and a 1 is a 3. 666 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. So that's 3 over 9. That's what we've got going on here. So these are the gods, basically. Your gods are, in this ritual, are Katy Perry, Lenny Kravitz, and soon to be Missy Elliott. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, here we go. Let's get Missy in here. Let's move on down. Tropic of Capricorn, black. See, I've got yellow, white, what's a checkerboard here, the chessboard, and Pisces, water, blue, and you've got black at the very bottom. This is when the sun is at its lowest point in the rotation about the zodiac and the year. So, we get to December the 21st. The Son dies on the cross. The Son dies on the cross at December the 21st and is born. We celebrate the 25th of December. 3 days it dies. For 3 days it's not perceivably moving in the horizon. These are facts, okay? This is science that's not being taught in schools. This needs to be taught everywhere. So this is my attempt to help enlighten my fellow individuals out there, because we're in trouble. If we don't wake up, we're in trouble. In America especially, we need to wake up. We have got guns. We've got more guns than any other nation in the world. And we need to put those to use very soon. And I'm not saying we need to draw blood, but if these people want to continually harass us, continually enslave us, we're going to rise up, and we're going to need that Second Amendment. If they come after that Second Amendment, you better be ready. If they start trying to force inoculations, be ready. Every attack has been a bunch of hoaxes. I mean, look at Boston. You think this is some hoax? Look at the Boston bombing. Look at 9/11. Look into any of those things, and you will see. Aurora, Columbine. I mean, just look at any of them, and you'll understand what's going on. This is black. Notice everybody's wearing black. Black everything. Little bit of white, but mostly black everything you see in their outfits. So let's go back here. We can only speculate as to, unless you know Missy Elliott personally. I mean, from what information I found out there, it's all rumor. She denies it. She's like what they want to, you know, some people were saying she's a closet lesbian. I mean, that does mean something, but just look at her personality. She had Sierra on her song Lose Control, and Sierra was singing a cappella. That's like what you would think of in the sacred feminine, not a woman singing like a man, or with the bass tone, rapping, being very explicit, not being reserved. See, this is your other god. You've got 3 gods in this ritual here. So here we go. Alright, right here, it's kind of hard to tell, like, all of these dancers. I mean, they go kind of fast with this, but just keep in mind the 12 and the 13. We see the 13 on her, the 4 and the 9, you know, Super Bowl 49, but that represents 13, so why not use that, see? That's what we're seeing. That's what it is. That's why she's got that giant 13 on there. She's the 13th body, counting the 12 celestial bodies, or houses of the zodiac. And there's the portal. Alright, see, there's your portal. See, let's get back here. We're inscribing the pentagram here, and we're hitting all these points, see? We got perverted lyrics, and she's kind of a masculine woman. So you got a feminine man and a masculine woman. And then, of course, a hyper-feminine woman, Katy Perry. So complete destruction of the sacred masculine and, like I said, perversion of the sacred feminine. Lust. You know, that's what we keep hearing about, sex and lust. Is it worth it? Let me work it. You know, and all this stuff. And you got a big elephant trunk. Let me see it and all that, you know, whatever. So here we go. We're going to hear it. See, I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. She's actually reversing those lyrics right there. That's actually what she's saying. So here we have the symbols here. We're at Sagittarius and Capricorn here. So we're at the Tropic of Capricorn here right now with Missy Elliott. But the symbols right here, see that symbol right there? And that symbol there, their Capricorn? Well, they don't have it smoothly rounded. Everything's square. So we're going to hit everything. We're going to smash these people. I'm telling you, I'm sick of this garbage. I mean, you people should be sick of being completely stomped all over like some doormat. Like, these people just do it all in your face. But anyways, all right, so here we go. And notice that it even looks like you're at the bottom of the zodiac. See, they got that circle, that portal right there, and that line from the center. Yeah, do her thing. I mean, she sounds like a man. She's a masculine female. That's what she is. I don't care about whether or not she's a lesbian or not. It doesn't matter. She's perverted with her lyrics. She's explicit. She's the masculinated female. And then you've got, of course, Katy Perry, the hyper-feminine female. So they don't want you to be balanced. They don't want you to understand what we're talking about right now. We've already got these people. I mean, look at that. You can't do much more than what we've already done until, guess what? You reach the last point on the pentagram. Here we go. See? And all of that was blue. See, now all that's fading away. And now guess what we're about to do now? Now, we're in Libra, the scale. She's going to be held up. I mean, like scales are holding her up, drawing her up, pulling her up, and then putting her down. And we're going to go in the air with her song, Firework. And guess what would complete? The complete inscription right here would be the fire. So you're going to launch the firework into the air, and then you're going to have it explode into fire, into flame. So, I mean, this is 100% what they are doing. This is a banishing of fire, or the sacred masculine principle of humanity. Okay? So, I'll finish it out. We already know.
Do you ever feel the plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so pretty, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet on the screen, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just know.
And we see the final portal here, the summer equinox. She said the 4th of July, March the 21st, there's June, and then July. So, I mean, we're going back. She just said the 4th of July. I mean, she said February down in Pisces, and now she's saying the 4th of July. She's going up. She's already in the air, and she's going back up to Leo to complete everything. I mean, this is just, you can't just, I mean, this is not something that was just made up overnight. I mean, these people made this the way it is. They choreographed it. She's had these songs, I would bet, I'd be willing to bet, these songs that she's sang, and they've been so popular for so long. I mean, it was all meant to do this right here. It's just, people need to wake up, and they think that just somebody's just making this stuff up really fast, and it's just amazing. This stuff is science, and they are trying to subvert all of humanity right now, and it's up to us Americans, because no other nation, name one other nation that has the ability, the power to defend themselves anymore. What, Switzerland? Nobody even invades them, or they don't even do anything. They're not some superpower stomping all over the earth like we are. We are the ones that can stop this, and we need to take this information and unite. And I encourage you to please subscribe and share and like, so we can all foment a movement. And I'm going to keep making videos very soon, like multiple videos a week, so we can all just come together, and we're going to have a plan. There will be a goal. It's not going to be like, oh, you know, some of these other liberty, you know, spokespeople out there that just want to basically sell all day. I don't even disagree with what they're selling. It's just, I think that we're to the point where you're selling to people who are the government, basically. I mean, who else even has any money to pay for anything anymore? So we're all in this together, and we're going to have a movement, and I've got a goal, and I'm not going to state it right now. But you see what's going on. You see the fireworks are going off. This is the end of it. Doesn't look like she's on scales right there. I mean, so there's Libra. So, I mean, it's just, you can just pinpoint all kinds of different things going on. But we slammed it. This is a slam dunk. We smashed this whole ritual apart. I guarantee you, there's nobody else there has made a video like this. Thank you so much for listening to this. Pass this on. Share this. This has to be watched. We got to understand this stuff. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please help foment this movement with me. Help me. Comment, whatever. Send me messages. You know, subscribe to me. You know, I'll subscribe to your stuff. I want to hear everybody's input. We've got these people. I'm telling you. We are empowered, enlightened individuals. We are not meant to be controlled by these people. The NFL is a 501c3 tax-exempt status organization that does not owe you anything. They can go there and rig the whole game. They can rig every bit of it if they want to. There is no law saying they can't do it. The only laws are within their own little realm, and they can just test whoever they want to test if they don't like them and see if they're on steroids. They're almost all of those guys are hyper masculine. You're either hyper feminine in this world right now or hyper masculine, and some psychopath control freak far left brain individual. You're not a primary psychopath, because those are really rare, but you're a secondary psychopath out there trying to control everybody. Why not have a world where we can breathe clean air? Don't have some secretive government spraying us with stuff. Chemtrails and just secret operations nonstop. Boston bombing. I mean, 9/11. This stuff is real, folks. We have got to wake up. We've got to make this movement, and I've got a goal. We're going to do it. Subscribe, like, and it's going to be done very quickly. Matter of fact, these people are really pushing hard, and we're going to push back very soon. We already have. Eric Garner, you know, even Kai Gurley coming up soon, and the release of that information. And we can shut down bridges. We can do way more than that. Way more. We have power. I love you all. See you later. Take it easy. Till next time.